All local, all morning. You're watching Fox 61 Morning News.
Now at 6, expect wet and icy roads in spots across the state. You are looking at a crash in I-84 East in Southington. I was behind this one. It delayed me about an hour. Not a good situation out there. Take it slow this morning.
Yeah, good morning. It is Wednesday. We are in a weather impact alert. Thanks so much for checking in with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus America areas.
And I'm Bridget Bureau. During the overnight hours, there have been several spinouts in parts of Connecticut. Let's check in now with our crews. We have Fox 61's Glenn Kittle. He is on the roads, and we'll have the latest road conditions. But first, we kick things off with meteorologist Rachel Piscatelli with the latest forecast. Much trickier than in snowstorms past because of all that ice, Rachel.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were anticipating some of these delays this morning, school disruptions because of some of the ice in our higher elevations, but it looks like it is impacting a lot of our state this morning. So until about 8 o'clock, I do anticipate that our numbers will continue to rise, mainly after about 7. And once that sun continues to come up, that's going to see slippery travel. We have those school disruptions now and allow for extra travel time and salt your back decks, porches, if you haven't done so already. Again, you may even have noticed if you step outside, your cars aren't necessarily covered overnight, and they will have this light icy glaze across across your handles and things like that. Our satellite and radar now showing we are quiet. The rain has wrapped up, but the numbers are the problem this morning. At 31 in Torrington, 31 in Hartford, 30 degrees in Willimantic, and 31 in Norwich. So we're really focusing on the next few hours. After we get past about 8, 9 o'clock, the numbers begin to rise above freezing, and numbers today end up being fairly comfortable, upper 40s to near 50 degrees. So the weather isn't an issue moving forward. 52 degrees in Middletown, 45 in Branford today. The upper 40s to near 50 from Griswold, and 46 degrees in Mystic, under a mix of sun and clouds later on. So we just have to get through this morning where the temperatures are really struggling. After that, though, Thursday and Friday, we are tracking our next opportunity for some rain. And with the numbers, again, this may cause some issues with a little bit of mix in our higher elevations and also for areas inland as we head through the morning on Friday. A lot more details on that coming up in just a bit. It is very busy on the roads this morning. Give yourself extra time. I know a lot of schools have delayed their start about 2 hours, which I think is a good call. So let's take a look at some of those crashes this morning. We have this one over in New Haven on 95 North near exits 48 and 50. This is a multiple vehicle crash that is blocking a lane. Route 8 North in Bridgeport is closed this morning between 2B and 3 because of a multiple vehicle crash. We have a jackknife tractor trailer in the Newtown area. So 84 East near exit 13 and 14. It is not closed, but delays are building in the area. In Southington this morning, 84 East near exit 32 and 33. That is going to be closed this morning. They have shifted the camera to show you another side of the roadway, but we know that this is still blocked off. We do have crews there. 91 South near exit 29A and 30. That is closed this morning in the Hartford area, along with Route 15 North near exit 91. And that's going to extend into the end of Route 15. So a live look outside, kind of putting this all together. There's East Hartford this morning. There's that crash in New Haven with significant delays now. Bridgeport, though, on 95, delays are starting to build, but that is not because of any crashes. Over to you.
All right, Rachel, thanks so much. 6:03 right now, and the weather outside still slick and wet. It's making driving conditions very dangerous across the state. You saw and heard Rachel just going on and on and on. There are so many problems out there.
Several accidents. Our coverage continues now from the Fox 61 Storm Tracker. That's where we find Fox 61's Glenn Kittle. He is driving through Southington right now. It's pretty slow going, I can imagine, out there, Glenn Kittle. And also tractor trailers are having a real hard time in these conditions.
Yeah, good morning, Bridget, Erica. I mean, Rachel really said it all in her report. A ton of problems this morning. Well, really just the two main ones here involving the tractor trailers. And actually, we're here at the crash that you were stuck in this morning. I'm going to take a look at the camera from on top of our car. This is the best view that we can get from an overpass near that crash. You said that one lane was opened up to get the cars through. It looks like they have two trucks down there right now that are closing off 84 eastbound. So it looks like right now no traffic going through the area. As Rachel said before, this part of the highway will be closed while crews are getting this all fixed up. Now, we have been seeing some slick conditions on the road all morning. These tractor trailers really feeling the brunt of that, it seems, right now, but really just slick conditions all around. So if you're heading out on the morning commute this morning, as traffic starts to ramp up, as people get out there, make sure you give yourself some extra time out the door this morning. You're probably going to be going slower, as well as giving yourself enough room from the car in front of you and behind you, just to make sure that you have enough room to stop, and the car even behind you has enough room to stop. Now, all morning long, we've been seeing some slick conditions on the roads out here, and also, too, another thing to watch out for pedestrians, watch out on those sidewalks. That icy glaze is still definitely abundant out there. I slipped just a couple of times getting into the storm tractor this morning, so definitely watch out there if you are heading out. Once again, this is I-84 eastbound, which has been closed down due to this tractor trailer crash. We're going to continue to monitor all the roads around Connecticut. We're going to try and get you some views from other places around here and check out the conditions there as the morning goes on. But right now, live in Southington, in our Fox 61 storm tracker, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
All right, Glenn, thanks so much for the update. Yeah, again, take it slow out there. You can stay up to date on the latest forecast 24/7 on Fox 61 Plus. That's our free streaming app. You can download it onto your TV and watch for free. The man who was shot by a Hartford police officer last week has died. 55-year-old Stephen Jones, who the family says went by Stevie, was pronounced dead at 3:03 yesterday afternoon. Now, the Office of the Inspector General says that last Friday, a family member called 911 after Jones cut himself with a knife. When officers arrived, they found Jones on the front stoop of his home with a knife. The Inspector General says officers asked him to drop it multiple times. At one point, an officer tried to deploy his taser, but it was unsuccessful. More officers arrived on scene, and police say Jones approached them with a knife in his hand. That's when Officer Joseph Magnano fired his gun 9 times. Jones' sister, along with Scott Estale, who's the president of the Connecticut NAACP, spoke on behalf of the family.
Steve Jones has passed away, and we are deeply, deeply saddened that he has been killed by the Hartford Police Department. And we are in constant conversation right now with Attorney Ben Crump. The family requested that the Connecticut NAACP reach out to Attorney Ben Crump to look into this matter.
My brother is a good person. He helped a lot of people. He's always there for everyone, and he was a good brother to me.
Estelle says the family will talk more about what happened at a later date. He also says the NAACP will mobilize more events in the future following Jones' death.
6:08 now, and we have developing news. We continue to follow the situation in Iran. President Trump says Iran's Air Force and Navy have been, quote, knocked out, and the U.S. military said it destroyed 17 Iranian ships and nearly 2,000 targets. The U.S. has closed embassies in 3 countries, reduced its regional diplomatic staffing, and warned Americans overseas to leave. The Israel Defense Forces have also begun broad-scale strikes targeting Iranian terror regime targets in Iran's capital city of Tehran. President Donald Trump ordered the U.S. to provide risk insurance for Gulf maritime trade and said the Navy will escort tankers through the Strait of Hormuz if necessary. Meantime, a group of Connecticut pilgrims who were stranded in the Middle East have now safely returned home. You see that group here, and that includes Bishop Jeffrey Mello of the Episcopal Church in Connecticut. They had taken shelter in Jerusalem before crossing into Jordan to wait for flights out of Amman. Church leaders say they arrived back in the United States yesterday.
Well, people from all across Connecticut are heading to Hartford this morning to urge Governor Ned Lamont and state lawmakers to increase education funding.
Students, educators, faith leaders, and local officials will hold a press conference at the Legislative Office Building and testify before the General Assembly's Education Committee. They say the state's education cost-sharing formula has been stuck at about $11,000 per student since 2013. Leaving cities to cover rising costs and creating gaps in staffing and services. services. Superintendents and student representatives from cities including Bridgeport, Hartford, New Haven, and New London will all be part of the coalition calling for updates to the funding formula. The push for more state support gets underway at 9:15 this morning. We'll be there to wait for updates. And domestic violence prevention advocates are looking to find ways for survivors to have an easier time getting housing. Details on that coming up.